Episode 251, 5 Things Great Leaders Don't Do.
You're listening to the very best podcast in the world on health, wealth, and happiness. Please remember to leave a review and share with all your friends and family. And here is your host, Lars Hilser.
And it's a totally new week. Welcome to the very best podcast in the world, your only source in the universe for personal supremacy through health, wealth, and happiness. Man, that went down like butter. I hope everybody had a great weekend and that you have had ample time to work on your mental alchemy trick and mind fuckery and whatever it was at the end of the day. So I hope you've had a good weekend. And I thought that upon some reflections I had over the weekend about leadership, that would be something worth looking into. Now, the great Facebook spy machine was so kind to serve me some kind of BS content about 5 things great leaders don't do. Now, this was kind of an advertisement by a dude called something Morgan. I didn't take the time or the effort to look that dude up. His approaches, whatever they are, were interesting. And so all of them were kind of like straight on. I didn't check the dude out. Don't know if he's a wallet rapist or, whatever at the end of the day his profession is. There was something about future or whatever. But we'll leave that totally out of the picture because the 5 things he listed were pretty dead on. And so those are the 5 pieces of, wisdom. I don't know, for lack of better words, we are going to go over right after we do our housekeeping, where item number 1 is sharing is caring. Item number 2 is, let's go into item number 1 first, because I need to make your ears bleed with this. So sharing is caring in this context means that you should share this content because it changes people's lives. Believe it or not, a few weeks back, got an email. Person's life was changed positively, very positively actually, after they binged all of our episodes, simply because they ran across one that was shared by someone and reshared by someone on social media. And so they found this podcast, and after they were wallet raped, they kind of saw that all the information was available for free, and they, there we go. The rest is history. So that being said, item number 2 is that views are my own, bada bling, blah, blue, and don't reflect any whatever. And item number 3 is construction mode. It is the summer. I am carrying on with remodeling and shit like that. So episodes are going to be a bit shorter, a bit more concise. Except for this one where I think I'm gonna kill myself before I even get started, or kill my time limit more or less. So housekeeping over. Let's dive right in. This Morgan dude says that great leaders don't ignore criticism. In that successful leaders use criticism and feedback as opportunities to learn and grow. And this is hands down one of the best pieces of advice in a post-factual world where, it's like we live after the facts and the facts just don't fucking matter anymore. And that is, I don't know, weird to say the least. The weirdest thing about that is, all of these scientists and, this is the science. And I was like, No, because science takes time. There's some wacko that puts up a theory and then another wacko disproves it or, tries to, sometimes putting in life efforts into disproving a theory that was, brought up by somebody else. But anyhow, long story short, feedback is so important. So it's a lot of leaders will actually get or provoke feedback out of people, be it positive or negative. It doesn't matter. Feedback is feedback in that sense. And, criticism, whatever, call it what you will. But the more you get, the more you can grow because you can essentially learn from it. You can develop, you can evolve, if you reflect upon your feedback or the feedback that you get properly. And that helps real successful leaders become even more successful, believe it or not. At least that was true for me. Many, many, many years. Item number 2 is that, great leaders don't let their emotions take control of them. So they don't make rash decisions or, blow up when something goes wrong because, how am I going to put this? What the fuck does it help to lose your mind over something? Right? It doesn't. Reflect upon this question a while, hit pause and think back of a situation where you just fucking lost it because something went or didn't go the way you wanted, right? Cui bono? Who standeth to fucking gain from it? No one. You made yourself look like an idiot in front of others that possibly were present, or you risked your risk of or you increased your risk of a heart attack significantly, just by flipping out over something. It's about controlling yourself and, keeping your emotions under control, because only then will you be able to master situations. And that is easier said than done. It takes a whole fucking lot of practice. Trust me. If you're put into situations regularly, as I said, I have, north of 20 years of fire department experience under my belt. And, you get confronted with situations which you don't want to get confronted with, period. But you have to deal with them, and the calmer you are, the better you can deal with them. And it's insanely important to make the distinction or to observe yourself more, rather, in these situations, to then be able to learn from them and from your mistakes, from the feedback, again, that you get from people working with you. And, so that's very important. Again, it's not about, getting taken down or something. It's about actual feedback and criticism, reflecting that. Is it bullshit? Is it, something that I actually did? And, does it have a negative impact? How can I change it? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Item number 3, great leaders don't avoid responsibility for their choices. And, they stand by their actions. And even if they make a mistake, they acknowledge it and take responsibility. And that's something we don't really have anymore. I worked as a consultant for quite a while, and most of my assignments were, ended up being get out of jail free cards for some, asswipe manager or backboneless manager, spineless manager that was, sitting at a desk and wanted to continue sitting there so that when they fucked up, they, could say, hey, look, but the consultant said. And it's just so fucking ironic that how a world, where these people, they're really well paid, keep that in mind, to make decisions. Right. But all they do is, collect their get out of jail free cards and put them in the drawer. And then, when something goes south, they pull out the card for that situation and say, but look, the consultants said. And that's interesting. Those guys are not leaders. Those are managers. They manage shit, but they're not great leaders. Item number 4. Great leaders don't break commitments. If they say they'll do something, they'll do it. If they say they will be somewhere, they will be there. It's about keeping, being timely, being a little bit disciplined. Yeah, I was always there, but I was always quarter of an hour late. But that's okay because everybody anticipated me to be. So it's about, is it reliability? I think that's the word I'm looking for, because anything else like punctual or whatever, that would be so, I don't know, old fashioned. But, are you reliable? That's, can people count on you? That's one of the, most important leadership characteristics. There we go. Is just reliability in any way, shape, or form. Now, great leaders never say never. They will never say never before having tested if something works or not. Yeah, of course, you can look in the annals of history if somebody's done it before, and look at the science and whatever, but it's worth a try. And that's a mentality that you have to deal with. Bonus thing is, how good are you at improvising? Improvising is a skill that so many people have lost over the years. They've got their blinders on and they walk down the road and they're like, nothing's left and right, and I'm just honky-dory because otherwise I can't focus. Now, again, let's get back to the fire department work. Nothing. when you have a car wreck or and an injured person is in the car, trapped in the car, or you get to a building fire or whatever, there is no plan, right? And that's what a lot of people have to realize, from my point of view, or from my opinion rather, is that nothing ever goes according to plan. And so that's what let's put this as a bonus thing in there. Now, you may be hearing the sound quality kind of deteriorated. That's because some electronic device is making a hell of a lot of noise. So we're going to kill this episode right here, right now. I hope you have a good rest of your Monday, it is, as we determined in the beginning of the show. And hope to hear you again on Tuesday. And if you've already had your nice Monday, get a good night's sleep, leave your hands above the blanket, stay safe, and we'll be in touch. We won't touch because... Rona. But so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sorry. See ya. Bye-bye.